Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we are going to talk more about load balancer, what exactly load balancer does and why exactly we need a load balancer, right? So to explain you about load balancer, let me give you a brief explanation what exactly it does by putting some uh, pictorial graph so that it will be very easy for us to understand. Okay, so for any web or any kind of application, or let's say any of the applications what we use, so uh, it is basically about how many people are trying to access that website per minute or per second, right? And depends upon that, the architecture of the application gets designed. So what exactly load balancer does in this thing to manage the traffic, or when I say traffic, it's more about the number of people who are trying to access, uh, for example, any of the website per second or per minute, right? So to manage the traffic, you have to manage the servers so that each and every person who is trying to access that website should be able to access the content uh, within a fraction of seconds. Okay, so to give you an example, let me create a diagram here. So if you can see here, so let's say this is the user, for example. So when I say user, so it could be number of users or it could be a single user, right? So this is a user, right? When the user try to access, right? So this is the user, correct? So what exactly the user does is will try to access any of the website. For example, let's say they are trying to access, for example, Facebook. Okay. When they are trying to access Facebook, okay, then, or maybe it could be an Amazon website also, right? So when they are trying to access Facebook or Amazon, what exactly a user need? A basic internet connection, right? So what exactly this does is it take your internet, right? It access internet here, right? It uses internet and then it tries to call the Facebook's domain, right, in the backend. And this is where the load balancer comes in. So if you can see, if you remember, like usually when it comes to the application, where these applications have been stored in the app servers, right? When I say app servers, those are the application servers. Web servers is basically where your application is being hosted on the web server, right? So now, so let me show you. Let's say, so this is one of the app server. Okay, this is one more, and this is one more, right? And let me draw one more. So right now, what we are trying to do here is we are creating A app server, right? And then B, right? C app server, and followed by D, right? Cool. All right. So right now, these are the app servers, and on all the app servers, the same application is being installed. So whenever they are trying to access any of the server, they will be able to access either Facebook or Amazon as per the need of the user, right? So now, when the person trying to access the app server, which is the Facebook, right, where the application is being installed, so now how this app server comes into picture, right? So they cannot select that the user will not have access to select, okay, I need to access Facebook by using A app server or B app server, right? So right now, who decides that? So here in there is a middle layer which is called the load balancer, right? So here it's load balancer is the one who decides how we can distribute the load. So let's say if there are 100 users who are trying to access Facebook, right? So what a load balancer does is it distributes among all the four servers according to the weight, right? So let's say if there are 100, so they will assign 25 to number one server, which is A. Then to the B server, they will assign 25 people, and then to the C 25, and followed by the D 25 people. So that distributes the load. By distributing the load, what exactly we are doing? We are giving the best experience for the user. So let's say if they are trying to access any of the website, they will be able to access the load balancer, or maybe, sorry, not the load balancer, to the website in no time. So let's say because these app servers are very powerful app servers, they can manage huge amount of traffic, right? When I say traffic, I mean the number of users. So let's say there are thousands of or millions of people who are trying to access Facebook every single day, right? So it could be possible that the Facebook application will have a lot of app servers in the background where uh, where the action is going to happen, where the people are trying to get the data from, right? And one more thing. So let's say if there is an Amazon website, usually during the offers, we will have a lot of people who are coming in and will try to access the website. But if you see, the experience and the performance of the website will still remain same. You know why? At the time of offers, or at the time of when uh, the Amazon development team thinks that this is the time where we can expect a huge traffic, then they will probably increase these app servers. When I mean increase, when we increase these app servers, it means we are increasing the capacity of the application so that the more number of people can access it, and they will be able to access an order or make a purchase in no time, right? So this is the background work, what is going to happen in the back, which the end user are not aware. uh, the next thing would be during the deployments. If you see, every now and then we will have a lot of security updates, a lot of patching, a lot of new things coming in. If you see the Facebook profile picture, like 10 years ago, the profile picture what we used to have, the appearance, now it's not the same, right? So how does it work? So at that time, obviously they need some time to um, deploy the new image and make few changes to the website, and that's when the end user can see the change, right? So how those changes will happen? So if those changes will happen, right, they cannot make that change overnight on all four servers, right? So what they're going to do is, okay, usually, let's say if they have four servers, they will first deploy on last four servers, which is C and D. They will not allow the traffic to this. So this is something which we have control in load balancer. So here we have a switch where we can turn off and turn it on. That will make these app servers not accessible by the end user. So we'll turn it off, traffic to C and D, and we will deploy everything, and then we will test it. Okay, we will have automation testing and manual testing teams who does the testing by running scripts, and they'll be able to see if these websites are acting up as expected or not. And accordingly, they will turn on the traffic by using load balancer to these two app servers, and they will then turn it off traffic to these two, and then they will deploy the new image to A and B, and that is how it works. And if you see, majority of the deployments or the new features will have overnight when we have very less traffic. So usually, if the Facebook is an application which is more used in United States, so basically they will do try to do the deployment during the night of United States. So in India, it will be a daytime, right? So that's how they will play around so that we will have very less impact to the user and we will have almost close to zero downtime of the application, right? So hopefully now you will be able to understand what exactly load balancer does. It basically divides the load on all the app servers so that the application doesn't hang or the application doesn't goes down, or maybe by looking at the number of people who are trying to access it. So this is what the job of the load balancer. And obviously right now, since we have cloud, here in cloud we have good amount of app servers, web servers, where the automation takes plays a very huge role. The reason, because let's say if right now the applications are been designed in such a way that, let's say if it expects a huge traffic, it will automatically adds new app servers. And let's say the moment it recognize that right now we have very less traffic, it disable the app servers simultaneously so that we will have very less people um, trying to access very less app servers. And when we have a lot of people who are trying to access it, we have too many app servers available to make the user feel good experience about the website, right? So this is comes under automation. And also this plays a major role when it comes to cost, because the more the app servers, the more the cost will be. So to cut down the cost, we have this mechanism in cloud where we can automatically